I think HBAR is incredible. Now, why is that? It's because special things are brewing. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Because we take a look at, for instance, when it comes to Hedera, it's been reported that very recently, Karate Combat, a prominent karate league, is set to launch a new Hedera Layer 2 network named UP. And yes, it's spelled UP like the movie Up, but even besides that point, this is expected to happen in the first quarter of 2025. So it's not like it's even that far away at this point. We're so close to 2025 as of right now. But here's the thing. If you take a look at it, what is the goal of this? Quite essentially, right? It's to bring Web3 to sports and esports. And this right here could be so huge because as we all know, sports in general, every year it just feels like the fan base is increasing. Also on top of that, esports, it's been on the rise for quite a while now. And I think better days are ahead. So I think this right here could be so fantastic for the future of Hedera. However, even besides that, it's even been reported that 20 to 30 projects are slated to launch on this upcoming Layer 2 network. Could you imagine that? 20 to 30. I mean, that's insane. Even just launching like 5 is already fantastic as a starting point, right? But 20 to 30, this is ridiculous in my opinion. This is what I've been saying when it comes to Hedera for quite a while now. This is how amazing they are. They keep having amazing things happen for them. And I think this right here is very fantastic. Now, for the people out there that say, oh, wow, it's Karate League. What is this, right? Karate Combat, all this type of stuff. But I think Karate Combat, that right there is amazing because I think it's a fast-growing, fight league, so to speak. You take a look at UFC. Of course, everyone knows that, right? Ultimate Fighting Championship. We all know, something like PFL is also on the rise. We take a look at 1FC, BKFC, whatever the case may be, right? But here's the thing. You take a look at Karate Combat, this could be massive because you take a look at, for instance, we've even seen BitBoy, Ben Armstrong. Yeah, that person, right? He's even competed in Karate Combat. And also on top of that, you take a look at how when it comes to the broadcasting booth, right, the commentators, you take a look at how there's even Mike Malak, right? Logan Paul's best friend, Logan Paul from Prime, Impulsive Podcast. But yeah, besides that point, we've also seen, Georges St. Pierre, as part of the commentating thing. If you know UFC, you'll know GSP, George St. Pierre. Also, you take a look at Boss Rutan, one of the legends when it comes to just this combat space overall. So yeah, when you take a look at Karate Combat, it's fast growing. It's absolutely fantastic. And also on top of that, again, this could be massive when it comes to Hedera. I mean, even times, right, when you watch like Karate Combat, you'll see Hedera in the mat or in the floor or whatever. This is how amazing Hedera is. And sometimes I think people kind of think that, oh, wow, Hedera is boring, all this type of stuff. But here's the thing, man. It's not a meme coin project. They don't just announce every single little thing along the way. When it comes to a meme coin project, sometimes they announce, yeah, today we decided to draw some new designs for this NFT project. We're in stage 1. It's like, what is stage 1? And they don't even explain it, right? And they're like, we just partnered up with this celebrity, or we're in talks with this celebrity. What does in talks even mean? It could just mean that they just message them and then there's no response, or then maybe they respond, oh yeah, contact my manager. We'll see. So we don't even know. But then people are so used to that, right? Because it populates the feed, because they're constantly updating. So people are like, oh, wow, if that means a project isn't announcing everything, that means they're not doing anything. But no, that couldn't be farther from the truth. Sometimes people, they do things in silence. You got to think about this. These meme coin projects who often post a bunch, they're like those friends that go to Cabo or whatever, and they're posting every like 5 minutes. They're like, yeah, Cabo, we're going to this, we're going to that. It's like, are they really even having fun at that point? What are they trying to do, right? Trying to record every single thing. Oh, yeah, look, what's happening in the beach? Look at this. It's like, all right, cool, I guess. But I'd much rather just live in the moment. The way you take a look at Hedera, it's like that one friend who goes on vacation and then uploads like once or twice. That's enough for me, man. I don't need 100 different posts for no reason. I don't want to be clicking, like trying to look at every single thing. It's like, nah, that's just overly complicated, unnecessary, kind of weird in my opinion. So I really like that when it comes to Hedera. And I think Hedera is fantastic because if you take a look at it, right, HBAR, it's the native cryptocurrency of the Hedera Hashgraph network. And the amazing thing about Hedera Hashgraph is that it actually doesn't utilize blockchain. Instead, it uses something called a DAG, a directed acyclic graph. And I think that right there is fantastic. And I still do believe that HBAR, by the way, could hypothetically go to the price of $3 during this bull run, even though that's not financial advice nor a guarantee. But here's the thing. When it comes to a DAG, it's typically a lot faster, typically a lot more scalable, and also it's usually having improved data storage. And also on top of that, typically also reduce energy consumption again when compared to traditional blockchain technology. And this is what I really like about it. For instance, right, Hedera per transaction on average uses less energy then the BNB chain, Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot, and just a bunch of other things. So yeah, this is how amazing it is. If I just listed the whole list, it's going to be kind of boring. But yeah, I think you get the point here. Also, on top of that, Hedera Governing Council is A+. You take a look at, for instance, the likes of Google, right? You take a look at IBM, LG, Ubisoft, Dell Technologies. Shout out to Google, by the way. All of these amazing giants, they're part of their governing council. This is how amazing Hedera is. Not to mention, Hedera's native services reliably scales to 10,000 transactions per second and even beyond. I mean, caralho, man. Boha. This is very scalable. I mean, this is just how amazing Hedera is. Sometimes people don't take this into consideration, but I do, because when I take a look at a project, I research it, I believe in it, I take a look into it. I'm not focused on the price every 2 minutes, 2 hours. That's just not my style, bro. That's not what I do, man. What I do is I accumulate on a consistent basis. So anytime I acquire income, I'm acquiring, I'm holding, and I'm just waiting. Literally, that's it. It's so simple. It's like cooking fried eggs. I mean, come on. It's like cooking instant noodles. And I'm not even talking about the one you take out of the package. I'm just talking about those cup noodles that you fill up with hot water. It's literally that simple. At least that's the way I view it. Now, nothing I say is financial advice nor a guarantee, but it's not like $3 is this random nonsense thing, because, if it were to go to the price of $3, at that point, market cap would be around $113 billion. That's not crazy at all. I mean, keep in mind, we've seen BNB reach over $100 billion in market cap. This is like peanuts. I mean, come on, really. This forum could be so special, though. You take a look at how there's over 500 million crypto owners, according to Crypto.com research. You take a look at the Bitcoin ETF, the Ethereum ETF, and also on top of that, the amount of institutional and enterprise adoption. All of that is through the roof. I think Bitcoin, especially in 2025, is ready to break new all-time highs. I think it's going to hypothetically go to the price of $150,000. And I think at that point, the altcoin season, it's going to be hypothetically so amazing. As of right now, it's just a waiting game, really. It's just basically testing my patience at this point. It's just how long can I wait, right? But then it's not like it's even really waiting that much longer, because imagine like 6 months from right now, a year from right now, things could look so different. So it's not like I have to wait like years or something. That'd be crazy. I mean, come on. And even historically speaking, that's not the case, right? We could very well see altcoins, again, peaking as a worst case scenario near the end of next year, because the last Bitcoin halving event happened back in April, and 18 months usually from a Bitcoin halving event is as a worst case when altcoins peak. So yeah, that's of course October next year. So it's not so bad in my opinion. And also on top of that, you have to consider how when it comes to Hedera, the amount of fans and the hype in the community, I think it's very strong. Even though HBAR, the price, it may not show it as of right now, but I think it's actually there, because you take a look at the community, it just feels like it's growing at a good pace. Also on top of that, HBAR has great exposure. And this is key, especially during a bull run, because you take a look at how HBAR, it's not this underrated project that's kind of not even listed in any major exchange. No, that's not the case. Listed in many major exchanges. So then during a fully fledged bull run, it's easily accessible. It's not like this thing that's very difficult, all this type of stuff. No, that's not the case whatsoever. I think HBAR is amazing. And again, at the price of $3, that's not crazy at all. And keep in mind, right, when it comes to Hedera, use case is A+, has solutions for stablecoins. Now that right there, I think is amazing, because there's going to be more stablecoins. I think in the future, they're going to pop up. It's only logical. As the crypto space, as blockchain adoption grows, it would only make sense, in my opinion. Also has, solutions for auditing carbon markets and traceability, even has functional use cases for NFTs, DeFi, payments, decentralized logs. I mean, this is how amazing Hedera is. It's not caca, it's not trash, it's not doo-doo. It's not like that whatsoever. I think it's a very amazing project. Is it the smallest one out there? No. But I do believe that it's kind of underrated, because oftentimes people focus on like a Solana, they focus on an Ethereum, a Bitcoin. But personally for me, instead of those three, I'd much rather choose HBAR in terms of purely as an investment, because I'm looking for potential gains here. And again, HBAR at the price of $3 may sound insane, but I don't think it's crazy at all. With all those amazing factors taken into consideration, I don't see why not. Again, market cap at that point would be around $113 billion, considering current circulating supply. If BNB can reach over $100 billion, HBAR can't do the same. I mean, come on, right? The way you take a look at BNB is that it's like a Nissan GTR. There's nothing wrong with that, but at the end of the day, what is it, right? It's a Nissan. So if let's say someone pulls up, with a Nissan GTR, and then let's say someone else pulls up beside that person with a Nissan Altima, it's like, oh man, One person says they have a Nissan GTR, the other person's like, yeah, I have a Nissan too. But then it's a Nissan Altima. It's like, what is that about, man? HBAR, it's like a Lamborghini. Even a Lamborghini that's like, made 30 years ago or whatever, it still looks even cooler, in my opinion, than a Nissan GTR that's made like in 2024. That's just the way I view it. I mean, come on, right? I'm not going to be taking a picture of a Nissan GTR. If I'm spending over $100,000 on a vehicle, it better not be a Nissan. That's just the way I take a look at it. So that exact same principle applies right here. If I want to acquire something during this bull run, it better not be BNB. It better be HBAR instead. That's just the way I take a look at it. And again, $3 during this bull run for HBAR wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. I think this bull run could be that amazing. And I think Hedera is that fantastic. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's only the captain, and I'll catch you all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.